Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Then Kirk, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
All right, everybody, welcome to Dumb People Town. We are thrilled to have this guy on, not only because we're a fan of his comedy, and he's got a new podcast that's coming out here on Feral Audio that he will talk about, but also because he's actually a fan of the show. He listens to the show. So I feel like this show falls right in the line of all the people that he encounters in all of his comedy bits. Jay and I were at the Comedy Store, I think it was probably a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. We had a set and we went up to do the set, and you're always, I have to give credit to the Comedy Store because they are really booking amazing comedians just on a regular weeknight. And we sat, he was right before us, or he was two before us, and we sat and watched his set. And it'd been a while since we've just like sat in there and just watched someone set. You were making us laugh so much. Matt Braunger, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas.
Of course. The drunk dude in the elevator, not knowing where to put his hands is my favorite. Like
he's actually the one that's like on all the drugs.
Yeah,
he's probably drunk.
He's on the drugs,
but he didn't know how to act in public.
Yeah, is he the guy who turned and stood in the corner and faced the corner?
He Blair Witched all of us. Yeah, and it was a full elevator. That's actually like my newest long bit. It's funny,
I love that story so
I never
much.
thought of the correlation of this Dumb People Town and so many of my stories are just things I encounter.
The elevator opens and one of these guys could walk into a Dumb People Town story.
Yes,
and be a part of it.
Any one of them. One of them. Yeah, that literally came from being late to my own show in Dallas and barely making the stage and just started lighting into them about my entire hotel had been taken over by U of T kids because it was the Austin U of T Dallas big game that weekend, and they all bust in and they each had their own beer. Everyone had their own beer cooler. Like when I was in college, we'd have a beer cooler for like 5 guys.
Yeah,
they have to have their own custom rollie. And so I literally just told, I'm just going to tell you the story of my elevator ride that took like 20 minutes to get from the 15th floor, and so it just became but now it's a bit.
So what you did right there is you Van Kirk the story. Because Van Kirk will, like, something happens to him like that day, and suddenly he's got 29 minutes of comedy.
Sure.
Yeah. It's the whole story of how that's true. It is got to keep losing shit at airports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I just I don't know about you, Matt. I just start taking inventory of everything memorable that's happening.
Yeah, you're
knowing
focus on this.
It's dually pissing me off, but then also I'm storing it for something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I went from furious in that elevator to okay, now it's just funny. By the time I got off the elevator,
it was like you called it Dante's Inferno.
The levels,
the 11 levels.
Even the cover of your album is a guy that you're like, what is this guy's deal?
Oh, sure.
Shovel Fighter, right?
Shovel Fighter was based on those albums in the 70s where there's a guy in a pristine suit in the middle of the woods.
Right.
And you wonder, like, how was he airlifted there? How did he get
this
there?
is what I'm saying.
And so he's looking off in the distance, and his suit is white, and there's just dirty trees around him. Yeah. And my first album was basically like a Bob Seger ripoff, but it was making fun of the whole...
Soak Up the Night.
Yes. It was kind of making fun of the comedian as rock star, which at the time was huge.
But I love the term Soak Up the Night. We use that when I'm too drunk.
Yeah.
That, like, I know if I go to sleep now, room's going to spin, I'm going to start throwing up. I say, I got to soak up the night.
Yeah,
giving in my brain, giving full credit to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know if you give enough out loud credit to I know. It's all just happening in my head and in my brain. Well, can I just say thank you to all of the people who have listened to Dumb People Town and are reviewing it and rating it. The more you do that, the higher it goes up the charts, the better it is for us, the more people find out about it. And we are so happy that Feral Audio has really, and I think you'll be super happy here when you take your podcast, which is what? What's it?
It's called Ding Donger with Matt Bronger. And it was on another network for a while, and it was
just about Chinese food menus all across the country.
It's just me being racist. That's all it is. But that's literally a nickname that Matt Dwyer would give me. He'd be like, "Where's Donger?" And where's like, "Oh, I messed up. I did something stupid."
Pulled a donger.
Pulled a donger. I'm a ding donger. And my girlfriend, now fiance, calls me that. And
she calls you that?
Yeah, you know,
phenomenal.
well, because it's this affectionate.
Sure.
You know, I'll make some stupid mistake and then realize I'm doing it and go, "Oh, look at what I did." You know, kind of thing.
I pulled a donger.
So it's I literally based it on podcasts keep me company. You know what I mean, on the road. And I don't think it's just comedians. I think it's just anyone that's in a car that drives to work every day or whatever. It is this wonderful medium where you don't have to see people's dumb faces, but you can listen to them and they're there.
Sure.
And, you know, whatever it's about. So my thing is, you know, I tend to think I'm something of an entertaining, humorous guy. So I will basically hitchhike my way into your life for about half an hour to who knows how long. And then I'll tell you all these stories. And at the end, I'll jump out. And I'm doing this new thing now called Dear Ding Donger. Where people can email me at dingdong@feralaudio.com and ask me anything. And more often than not, it's like, you know, advice from someone. Because I feel like I give pretty good advice because it's like, look, I've probably made all the mistakes you're going to make.
I've been in every situation. That's right.
You can hit me up. You know
Call
what I mean?
the donger. The donger will...
I will be honest. So, yeah. It's,
I feel like your first guest should be. So is your goal, before you ask Rand about his first guest, is your goal to give honest, good advice in those moments?
Oh, and make it... I'm going to make it funny.
Of course.
Or try to. But, like, yes, I'm not going to... I got the most... complex question, and the guy might have been messing with me, but I wrote a serious answer.
What was the question? Don't give it away. I'm not. But
I'm just gonna say part of it.
Part of it was subsection A.
What is the meaning of conceptual performance art? And that's the first part of the sentence. And I answered the whole thing. Yeah. Because it's like, I know what you're talking about, man.
I'm right there with you.
I'm many times an idiot, but I'm an educated man. My parents are teachers.
When you pull a bong hit, you pull a bonger. When you're asking about what is conceptual art, you're pulling a donger.
If there was
pulling a donger.
That's, you know, people do like knockoff, like, well, not that this is a knockoff, but you do two separate podcasts that are great in their own right. But if I did like Bing Bonger with Matt Braunger, where one I'm just totally stoned. I'm just trying to do it.
Or what if you did half of it normal and then the other half stoned?
And
like a Doug Benson album. Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that one of his 30 days? 30 days high and 30 days not? Why do we both look at Dan?
I don't know.
You should know Dan.
We just did Doug Loves Movies. It was the most
That was a really good time.
Up in Sketchfest, yeah.
No, it was just at Sketchfest. I just come back from Sketchfest. It was a meltdown, but it was so goddamn fun.
That was a good time.
But you didn't get high, right?
Nope.
Me neither. Everyone else is high.
Yeah.
Including the audience.
I think, I should say, the audience totally. But at least, of course, Doug and Jeff Tate was. And
yeah, that's for sure.
I just roll up every time I do a show with Doug, and he's just anyone can, you just walk up with him and now, just, here's a joint. You want to hit this? Yes.
It's community-based.
Community-based, and now it's legal. And now it's half the people who were in the elevator with Braunger on the way down to his show. I mean, we said this on this show. Our last episode of this podcast was the live one we did in Madison, Wisconsin, when we were there.
Yeah.
that night we came back to our hotel and there was
that guy
it's winter, and there was a guy with his shirt off in the lobby, bare chested, sitting in the lobby of a hotel. And hey, I know you guys. Yeah,
I know you guys are from something.
The worst.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know you guys are from
sucking us
something.
into the tractor beam of his own drunkenness, and we were just like, nope, you don't know us.
That's
You don't know
tough.
us. We're not anybody. We work for the hotel. We're not anybody.
The one that might be slightly, it's better, but it's still just as bad, which I had last year, was coming back to an empty hotel. Empty. No one at the counter. Floor blanketed with crushed beer cans and empty pizza boxes. Blanketed.
Somebody quit that night.
Blanketed. And not that I want pristine treatment.
No,
but you guys, we at this point in our careers, we get decent hotels.
Yeah. Totally. And you think that a hotel like this, anything can happen.
I'm like, is there a murder going on?
There are no locks on the doors. Nothing works anymore.
No. Yeah.
Like, there's just nothing left in the freezer.
Nothing
left in the drink area.
No.
You're like, did this place get robbed?
Exactly.
What happened? Could be taken hostage by the PLO.
The Road Warrior era is just starting then, and
just
I'm late.
starting.
I don't have a gun or a motorcycle.
Right. You don't know how to manage the apocalypse.
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for this.
Wasn't ready.
I was just coming back from a set. I still have 2 more sets tomorrow night. Well, let's jump into it because I love the stories that we have.
Yes. I want to tell everybody. So just hashtag Dumb People Town for everything that you want to send in, and I'll be able to find it. Just
Thank
like
you guys.
Yeah.
We see them. We see you out there when you send them in.
This was sent in by Justin Roth at Joth11, Joth.
He sent in before.
Oh, for sure. The man suspected of taking off his pants before stealing a luggage cart and driving it across the tarmac at Orlando International Airport, bonded out of jail on Monday.
Hasn't Orlando suffered enough?
That's
my
question.
Do we need this now too? This asshole.
The way it sounds, it's that he's just suspected of taking off his pants.
Yeah,
right.
Like they couldn't see him from inside the luggage cart.
I'm gonna drive that luggage cart across the thing. But I'm gonna have to be free when I do it.
This story is just a sequence of people who said to themselves, "This is not my problem."
Right.
Which,
by the way, to me is the way, having never been to the Orlando airport, that's the way I think the Orlando airport operates.
It would
It's
just
not
be
our problem.
It's not our problem.
You know when you have there's that tunnel, that Delta tunnel in LAX, that if they roll up in the thing, they're like, "You want to ride?" They're like, "Hell yeah!" And they shoot you down. The guy rolls up, just shriveled, naked penis there, and just belly hanging out, no shirt. Guys want to ride? Just talking normally. Hey, you guys want to ride? I know you guys from somewhere.
Nope.
I would say yes.
I know.
We're okay.
I know you.
Wait, he's talking to all of us, but he's only looking in my eyes. Why is that happening? And one of his eyes is dead.
He's screaming, "You guys!" at one of them.
And he's looking only at me. You guys.
I'm talking to all of you.
Nope, you're just looking at me. Also, I don't think you can take your pants off in Orlando because of the close proximity to Disney World. Like that.
Yeah.
Does that make you a sex offender if you take your pants off anywhere that close in to
Orlando?
so many children?
They're surprised if you have a shirt on.
Yeah.
But if your pants are off, no.
I'm going to probably get letters, but I'm pretty sure this is true. Did you know that Disney World is currently using less than a quarter of the land they own?
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
And the rest, I guess, will be in the alligator reserve.
Yeah.
Have you read Rodent Kingdom by Carl Hiaasen? That goes through. He hates Disney.
Yeah.
Like he's a Florida boy and like writes really great, funny novels. Anyway, he's a journalist. But it's this whole book of a collection of his essays that I think in the
That just eviscerate
the Times
Disney.
Picayune, I believe. And one of the things was, quote unquote, no one has ever died. I'm making the quote sign in the Disney Kingdom, in the Magic
Which is
Kingdom.
completely not true.
Well, what they do is you fall down, heart attack. They pick you up and carry you to the parking lot before they start administering treatment.
But that's Disney
that's
World.
the rumor.
That's
I don't want to get
Disney
sued.
World. I know.
I think
at
it's either one.
Disneyland, 2 boys. This is years ago at Disneyland. Hid in Tom Sawyer's Island, then when when it was closed, they tried to swim back and didn't make it.
Oh, no!
They found them the next morning.
What? And now the 2 of them haunt the Matterhorn.
That's why it breaks down a lot.
They both are in the Yeti.
I'm laughing because you just made them haunt a different ride. Only obviously not.
Well, we got to get to a bigger ride.
But just that's how finicky kids are. Yeah, we died on this one, but that one's cooler, man. Let's go to that other ride.
It's no fun haunting Tom Sawyer's.
Have any of you canoed around Tom Sawyer's Island?
No. And now I won't.
have.
Knowing
I don't
what
even
you
know what
just
that
said,
is.
now I won't.
It's the island there.
Okay.
Do you have to operate the canoe?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's so much work.
As a
That's why
white
almost
guy,
nobody
I'm
does it.
ashamed to say that, but when you're in the canoe, can you use the N-word?
No.
I don't think you can, right?
One of us, I
Straight
had
out
the
of
same,
Uncle
I had the
Benjamin?
same thought.
Knott's Berry
I'm like
Farm.
4 white guys here discussing this.
You
Yep,
cannot.
for sure.
You cannot.
Okay, you
Who
want
had the bit about how they're changing it in books in certain places to slave Jim? Like that's somehow better.
Really?
Like, come on.
leave it
And he's free.
Yeah.
He's a free man now.
He is?
Can't call him
Very
slave Jim.
powerful word.
outside of the jail after being bonded. Richard H-O-G-H
Huff. It's like Charlie Huff.
Charlie.
H-O-G-H
There's someone with that last name listening, pounding the steering wheel.
Screaming.
mad.
Richard Dick Haw.
It's Ho.
Dick
Pronounce Hal.
Dick Ho. All right.
How dare you?
He was very matter of fact when asked what happened Friday by the reporter from an NBC affiliate, WESH-TV. This is what he said. What happened? This is what Richard Hoch said to them. Quote, "Don't do crystal meth." Hoch repeated twice before adding, "Don't ruin your lives, kids."
I mean, no one asked you to talk to the kids.
Somebody had an epiphany in jail.
I guess. I don't know.
And kids, the guy, kids, don't do.
Suddenly, this just became all about me helping people. He's like, I found my mission. He's like, if I say kids at the end of this, does it reduce like what's going to happen to me down the line? Does this count as me doing my community service if I just say kids at the end?
I know.
That's what he's angling for.
Don't do
Do
Christmas.
you want to hear the story of what happened?
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, please.
On a Chicago-bound flight from Orlando, police say the Canadian citizen, didn't see that coming, sat in an unassigned first-class seat. No, I'm good. This is my spot. I was in here first. You guys don't do Southwest
Sir,
now?
I'm going to need to see a boarding
Dibs.
pass.
Oh, he wouldn't have given me one.
Shotgun! We're detaining refugees, and this guy's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
This guy's
he
okay.
wouldn't have given you a boarding pass because after being yelled at for sitting in a first-class seat, he then claimed to be the pilot.
Oh!
Yeah, I fly
You
from
gonna
back
yell
here.
at the
You know,
pilot?
that is what's called a double bluff. That is if you're
leaned in.
If you're a fearless poker player,
Right.
you've got
You double
nothing,
down.
Yeah.
You
That is
double
putting
down.
all of the chips in. on a
What
dumb
it is,
bluff.
it's putting all the chips in and then telling everyone you're bluffing. Yeah. Because then they're like, is he bluffing? Does he have nothing? Because why would he put everything in and then tell us he's got nothing?
I'll
He
show it to you
definitely
right
has
now
something.
before you bet. I'll show him to you before you bet.
No.
I kind of hope he would have had the way I'm visualizing it, the way I'm in a script we're writing right
Yes.
now, based on a true story.
Sure.
Is no, this is my seat, and then obviously drunk. Do you have your ticket, sir? I lost my hat. Your hat?
What?
My pilot hat. I'm a pilot. Like, I wish he had that thought.
yeah.
That kind of confuses you for a second. You're like, wait,
all
what?
about the hat.
Oh, shut up. Because
No.
he realizes in his head, I have to say I'm the pilot. Fuck. But I have to say I lost my hat.
Yeah.
Right. And now,
I have to fly the plane. But alcohol calms my nerves.
Right. You can't win
so
if you're
does
not in the
crystal
cockpit.
meth. I was just at the bar. So does crystal meth. Has he done meth yet?
I'm the pilot.
Yeah, I think he's already on.
He's on meth.
He was taking-
Pants are still on.
Yes, he was taken off the plane. Now, for anyone who's like me who read this or is hearing this and assumes that's the step before you get arrested, no, they took him off the plane and then just left him there.
Oh.
That's a mistake.
Then a cleaning service employee told police that followed her onto a service elevator
Oh, no.
where she challenged him for not having an ID badge.
I thought you were going to say she challenged him to like an arm wrestling match.
Yeah, to a duel.
To a thumb wrestle.
About that time, the elevator door opened and witnesses say Hall got out, took off his pants, and walked into an airport area not accessible by members of the public. So far,
He has now.
the flight attendants took him off the plane and said, "This is not our responsibility."
Not our problem. Push it down
A
the
woman
line.
on a service elevator challenged him for his
about
ID.
that. He said, I don't have anything.
Let him get off and walk away and go into an area.
Take his pants off and
Yep.
walk into another restricted
She was
area.
like, "These mirrors aren't going to clean themselves. I got to get going."
Yeah,
it's
not on me.
Got
Soundtracking it when he's on the plane is a theme from Rocky. Of course. I got on the plane. Yeah, I'm psyched. I'm a pilot now.
These pants feel kind of tight.
Sir, get off. They kick him off. I Walk Alone by Green Day. That's the next one by himself. That's the thing where you walk
this jetway here on the other side.
Just trying to figure out the next move. Wanders onto a service elevator.
Sure.
Natch, which takes him down.
Loving an elevator?
He sees the doors open to the tarmac where he wanted to go anyway. Screw the plane. Right. I made it.
I may fly on my own.
Cue Beastie Boys Sabotage as he tears his pants off basketball style and just runs.
I was going to go Cranberries Linger.
And you know what? They're not breakaways. And yet he rips them away. Rips them down the side.
Turned the frayed corduroy just into yarn.
Yes.
Police say
waistband stayed.
Police say hopped in the passenger seat of an airport luggage vehicle and told the driver of that vehicle he had to catch a flight.
Of course he did. Pants off. I'm first class,
guys,
baby.
Oh my God.
Did the driver stop him?
No.
The driver got out.
And let him go.
The driver's in the driver's seat. That's how he gets that designation.
Right.
He goes, if you got a flight to catch, you pantsless son of a bitch, go ahead.
And look,
not worth it to me.
Right. At which part any Smash Mouth song starts to play.
Somebody wants to be.
He's just driving around on the tarmac.
Walking on the sun. Any of them.
Yeah, any of them. And no one should know more than that.
That guy jumped. The driver jumps out. Just jumps out.
What's amazing is
the smell coming off of his pores of crystal meth.
The guy who was driving the car was actually the lead singer of Smash Mouth. May he rest in peace.
Do you guys know Smash Mouth has a cookbook out? Yes.
No.
Something like Food from the Road.
No.
Forward. There is nothing better than what I'm about to tell you.
Yes.
Forward, written by Guy Fieri.
Okay, now here's what I was going to say. Why is there not
checks out?
Is that the most perfect
marriage?
Yes. It's bowling
If
shirt
I
rock.
were a lesbian chef and I had spiked like blonde hair, I would definitely call myself Girl Fieri. Yes, of course.
Nice.
As you should. As you should.
And I will, it's pronounced Fieri, but his real name is Ferry.
Is it really?
And he just threw that little
Fieri
word flair
I
in there
heard
that
you
makes
say
no
that,
sense.
and I'm like, why is Dan being pretentious?
Nope.
Not so.
That's
Not
it.
so.
That's
You're
how you
actually
say it.
doing it.
And that is absolutely a marriage made in heaven. I think there are
And
nights.
they've been singing it that way for 16 years.
Where a guy blacks out. Rolling out. Where a guy blacks out and thinks he's a lead singer of Smash Mouth.
Yes.
And vice versa.
Yes.
Lead singer Smash Mouth comes home and makes drunk food.
I can't.
Guys, we are rolling out. His wife's like, go to sleep. It's a Tuesday.
I can't believe Guy Fieri hasn't come up with his own version of sunglasses that you just wear on the back of your head. He has.
When you
You're not allowed to wear them front ways.
When you say something like, guys, we're outside, it flips to the front.
Yes.
They find your eyes.
They're eye-seeking glasses.
They're
like a heat-seeking missile.
Strictly Oakley's.
Yes.
You know when you're in a hotel
all
and
the way around.
it takes too long to switch channels for some reason in every hotel, there's 4 seconds of blank screen before the next channel. So eventually I get tired of that.
Yes.
I stopped on some food channel and it was a Guy Fieri
I still can't take every time you say that. Yeah.
Supermarket sweep cooking challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they had 2 guys had to make burgers, and Guy Fieri was like, now, what kind of burger are we going to make? And then on the floor is a map of the country, and he gets a remote control car and goes, where will this car stop? And then he just drove it 3 feet to the south and stopped. He goes, looks like you're making Southern burgers. And I thought, there was no random. You drove the car.
You chose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't control this. Give me that controller.
Guy Fieri in college would do the Ouija board with his friends and always spelled out Guy as the coolest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why?
It's going where it's going.
What
Guess
the spirits want.
What the spirits have spoken,
Guess
man.
I'm just the coolest. Roll out.
Body.
So hops out. This guy now is driving.
Yeah, but there's another person that was like, sir, I'm not.
When you see ambition like that in that guy's eyes,
I think everybody just at one
you're
point
just
said,
in the way.
I've got kids.
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, that's the thing.
This isn't worth it.
One of the biggest things people do, we've all done it, is you hear a story and go, man, if I was there,
Yeah.
You know, everyone thinks they know what they do.
I don't know.
When you're face to face with an absolute crazy man that has no pants on,
step away.
That's just like, I missed my flight. You'd be like, well, then you should take this vehicle.
Take this
it's
and
fully
drive.
insured, and they pay me $12 an hour.
Drive straight. Yeah. They don't
This
pay me
is
to
the
break up
airport's
this fault for not caring about me.
Exactly.
For
And
turning me into a freelance
And
employee.
look, maybe you just had a nice cup of coffee. It's cold in Canada, and you're just like, you got a nice caffeine buzz. You're like, I want to watch this guy drive this right into the side of a luggage cart.
Sure.
Oh, I want to watch him drive under a taxiing plane.
Whatever.
That's what I want to see.
Just jump to the wheel.
And shear off just the top of his head.
Yeah.
Scalp himself and keep driving.
Was that Commando where he jumps onto the wheel and then goes up
and
into the plane?
he times himself.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Police say the driver got out as Hach drove onto a taxiway towards an airport fire station. That's the most drug part. He's like, a fire station.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden,
fire.
planes
I'll get
don't
one of
matter
those
anymore.
big ones.
Yes. A firefighter made aware of what was happening, hopped on, I imagine, while it was moving.
Sure. They're
On
medevac.
the back, on the very last car, and
Those
had
are
to climb
medevac
forward.
Yeah.
Got the vehicle stopped, and with other firefighters subdued Richard Hach. During the incident, a spokesman for the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority says pilots were told to avoid moving their aircraft. So everything stopped in this entire airport.
No, Sage Steele tweeted about how annoying it was.
Yeah, she
But
did.
there was no
delay.
overall interruption of flight operations. We're going to close out the story with this. Guys, how old is Richard Hach?
Too much fun leaves marks in life. Living hard, you'll pay the price. Who is gonna get it right? Guess the age. Guess the age.
It's a game we love to play.
I'm a fan of the show, and I know what you want to do. You know, when Price is Right, you guess low.
Yeah.
Dumb People Town, you want to guess high.
You want to guess high?
It is always
great-
an
I'm going to
It's
give you
higher
some
than you
reviewing
think.
points.
Give us some. Okay,
Goes
let's-
by Richard Hach. Canadian citizen flying from Orlando to Chicago. He's a Canadian citizen. Is he doing business?
What's
is he
he
just
doing?
making? Is that his connecting flight? Referred to people as kids when telling them to not do drugs. Spry enough though to run around a tarmac, commandeer, whatever these.
I have an idea.
Luggage
Go.
mover.
Go ahead, Jay.
47 years old.
47 from Jason Sklars.
This is hard, man.
It is really hard. I'm gonna go 40. I think he took a magical trip, and he didn't realize that, you know, like in Canada, they drink giant beers. You don't want to come have some American craft brews and pour two into one glass.
He didn't
and be
know.
Like, no, we drink this
He doesn't
size
understand
of
the-
Molson's.
Yeah.
Everything's a
You know?
Lembeck.
Yeah.
It probably started at the plane when they didn't have Labatt's.
Right?
Yep.
And now he's upset. Better do Where's this my rock crystal right meth? here? Right.
Sidetrack question real quick before Randy answers. Does any airplane serve root beer?
No.
Not that I've ever seen.
None.
Okay. All right.
No.
Maybe whatever
like
one does, that's who's
Wisconsin
getting
Air.
all my business.
Wisconsin Air
Sprecher,
serves the
Sprecher Air.
Or that awesome strawberry soda at KFC. Start serving.
Wait, is there awesome strawberry soda at KFC?
When I was a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it anymore. We remember we were.
I went and
me
found it.
someone else were tweeted at. Yeah, that's right. You put a picture up. That's
Yeah.
right.
You found the strawberry
Is it
soda.
Fanta?
Yeah, what was the day we were all off? It was some Monday holiday.
We
and
were-
I think I might go to KFC. Any suggestions?
Yeah.
And then Braunger and I can't remember who's
Said
doing
Why was
strawberry
it Jesse
soda.
Thorne?
And they said
Maybe.
strawberry soda is the way to go. And he found
him
it.
and somebody else
When I
were
was a
all
kid, it
about
was so good. Well, because it's like you're going to KFC, you're already obliterating your body.
You can buy it by the jug there.
Oh,
What?
Christ.
Yes.
Can you refill it like gasoline?
I don't know if it's a
in
big
case your
gulp.
car breaks down like gasoline.
All right, what's your guess, Randy?
52 years old.
52.
50.
Okay, Randy says
Oh,
52.
God, I hope
Jason
you're right.
says
47.
47.
Bronger, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 42.
Okay, so you went a couple years younger
You know
than
what?
you.
I was going to do 40. Let's do 42.
Okay, 42 for Bronger, 47 for me, 52 for
52
Randy.
for me.
A 10-year range.
Richard Hach.
You've not pronounced it right once.
Not once. You pronounce Fieri right, but
Dick Ho
Dick Ho.
is 27 years old.
Oh,
man.
Bronger! How could we be so off?
There's got to be a
You still win.
a rule that does, you know,
You still
rules are made
win.
for breaking.
There's no listen. There's
I mean,
no,
at least that makes sense.
The kids part makes
Thank
it
God
seem
he's not
older.
50.
I mean, is he talking about 13-year-olds doing
Kids, yeah.
And
don't
he was
do
old
it.
enough to think he could be considered a pilot.
I
Remember,
think-
he told you don't do meth.
I think
Kids.
kids.
I think the kids thing was like making a joke to the cops.
I think it was too.
You know, stay at school, kids.
That's everybody.
As he's trying to stuff his erection back into his pants.
Right? Because that's what's left of his
he doesn't even
pants.
feel.
Yeah, or take it out.
He has an erection the entire time. Am I right?
Throughout this whole experience.
I would get out of that luggage driving
if
thing,
I
too.
looked down and saw just even the slightest bit of hardness, I'm out.
They had to de-ice that baggage thing.
I think
They
I
had to
would have
de-ice
said,
his dick.
The ice is
you can drive, but I'm staying in the vehicle.
Yeah.
I just want to see where this goes.
I want him to feel like he could have driven to Canada in that.
Yes, or
Cheered
Chicago.
him on. Cheered him on.
Go,
Keep going,
buddy.
man. Don't
You
go
got
near those
this.
firefighters. They're going to stop you. Turn
Go
right here.
the other way.
If you think hard enough, this will go off the ground. You can get this thing up. It's like a chitty bang bang situation for this fucking
guy.
I kind of like to think he was actually trying to be a pilot, A, and then B, find his own plane after they kicked him off.
Sure.
You know,
He did pilot something.
he did.
Yeah.
In the
that's
course of the
technically
story.
true.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a break. First story down in the books. Dumb People Town. This is episode 4.
I love
Matt
it.
Braunger is
All
with
right.
us. About soon to have Ding
Donger with Matt Braunger.
Ding Donger with Matt Braunger here on Feral Audio. We're the Sklar Brothers. He's Daniel Van Kirk. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes in companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Guys, subscribe to it. If you're listening now, rate it, review it. We love it. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at Sklar Brothers. If you're in the Chicago area...
We've got 2 shows this Saturday night at Lincoln Hall, February 11th.
Good place.
I'm excited. We're shooting our special for CISO.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Daniel Van Kirk's going to
I've
feature
made it my
for us.
mission Friday night to get kicked out of Rock Bottom in honor of Matt Braunger.
Are you really going to do that?
Come on.
Have you done that too many times?
It's not even worth it. Go get kicked out of like the Empty Bottle or somewhere fun.
Yeah.
You're Chicago. You came up in Chicago.
I did. That's where I
correct?
started out.
In a great comedy class of people.
Yeah,
I think
we
of
did.
the Kyle Kinanes of the world and
Pete Holmes.
Kumail, TJ.
What a great
Hannibal.
time. Was that a great time to
It
be
was.
coming up in Chicago?
Well, it's just this thing that I've tried to put my finger on it, but and it's just two things. One, we had the Lion's Den, which is an open mic every Monday. We never missed it, and we always tried to do new stuff. You know, and like
I'm sure you guys pushed each other too.
Yeah, for sure. It was just there was no pressure. We didn't have any scouts. No one gave a crap about stand-up. There was one club in town. It was all about improv. It was all about sketch.
Yeah.
I was no longer doing improv, so it was like that's kind of all I did besides wait tables and bartend. And we would just put up shows in bars and non-traditional venues so you could just kind of stretch out. And everybody could kind of geek out about the comedy they really liked, you know?
Yeah, and then that whole crew of people moved on out.
Yeah.
Did you spend any time in New York or no?
I went to college there, but I never did any comedy. Not until I'd already moved to LA years after.
Amazing. Well, listen, phenomenal. Again, great class people, and we love that town. I mean, to do stand up for us, it is one of our favorite places to perform.
Because you can, there are salt of the earth people who are not necessarily pretentious about comedy. They just come. When I say pretentious about comedy, we love people who appreciate comedy.
Sure.
But there are people who are uninhibited laughers. They're okay to give it up in that moment.
There's a lot of self-possessment there. Like people know who they are.
Yes.
And people are happy with who they are, no matter what they're doing. And it's just everyone who lives there loves being there through those harsh winters.
Yep.
And there's so much.
February 11th in Chicago.
Yeah,
that was smart.
There's so much. Well, shit. They will come.
They're going to want to come out. You got to do something.
That club is great. I played it for the first time end of last year, and I was like, oh my god.
Are you going there on this tour?
No, I was just there like 3 months ago.
Gotcha.
So,
that's right.
I couldn't come back for like 3 or 4 months, but it's the best. It's such a great club.
It's been a while since we performed. Since Up kind of, I know they're coming back with a little bit of comedy, but since they kind of shut it down, it's been a while since we've been back to Chicago. So
yeah, I've been at I was at Shuba's before,
which is their other venue. Yeah,
the same people.
We performed there too. Remember when we went to Shuba's? It was like 5 below.
Oh, it was so cold.
And that was like, it was cold enough that people were like, yeah, this is going to keep people home. We were like, God damn it. We can't beat 5 below.
Come on,
can't
world.
beat it.
That's tough.
But very excited about that. So please come out to those shows with us and Dan. That'll be awesome. And follow Braunger at Braunger.
Yep,
Just simply
on Twitter.
at Braunger on
Are
Twitter.
you on the road this weekend?
Yeah.
For your tour?
I'm going to be at Comedy Works South in Denver. And then I'll be in Vermont. And then
Burlington?
Yes, at the Vermont
that
Comedy
club's
Club.
cool.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never been. I'm psyched.
It's awesome.
And Toronto, the 2 weeks after that, the Comedy Bar, which is fantastic.
Comedy Bar people up
I'm
there are
spoiled for February. Spoiled.
Dude, what a phenomenal
Good
February.
run, man.
Yeah, good run.
And your fiance is cool with you traveling around and all that
That's.
stuff?
I mean, I literally I name stuff out of what makes her laugh a lot of times, and I was like, "What about the enraged to be married to her?" Because we're getting married to her. She's like, I love it.
Love it.
Let's
do it.
It's just because I feel like we're in this atmosphere right now where everyone's mad.
Yeah.
Everyone's mad.
My God.
Even if you support the guy, you're mad about
Yeah,
something. That's why
exactly.
you start supporting him. Everyone's mad.
And most of us are mad about the right thing, So
Yeah.
it's like, so it's anyway. So but it's like, we what are we supposed to do? We have to carry on. I'm not going to go out there and just do all stuff about what's going on, but there will be stuff here and there. But at the same time, I know I'm an escapist. I love seeing comedy, just forgetting my job, forgetting my life.
That's one of the beauty elements
and
of
laughing at someone else's pain that I relate to.
Yes.
So that's if you want to see if I'm coming to see you, come to your house.
Yeah.
Go to mattbraunger.com. He's got all the gigs up there.
Check
Love
it.
Yeah.
Check
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
All right. You want to do another one?
Let's do it.
Sent in by Stephen Elton Yates.
One of our
Love this
favorites.
cat.
At Stephen E. Yates. He's a great man.
S-E-Y.
We hung out in Manhattan a couple of years ago.
Great dude.
Love him.
Spring Hill, Florida. We're still there.
We can't get out of that.
Can't
I know.
get out of it.
Hernando County.
Let's put it this way: you mine for gold in the gold mine.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that
You don't
way.
mind for gold over in the 7-Eleven.
Florida, anyone from Florida would know.
Yeah, you
know
know. That's where it's from.
Some of the best people I know in life are from Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
A Hernando County woman was arrested on a charge of domestic battery after deputies say she hit her ex-boyfriend in a fit of anger after seeing him kissing her mother.
Wow.
I'm going to show you guys a picture of her. She also looks like a full-grown Cabbage Patch doll.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
yes, she does.
Well,
That does not
she
look
has-
like the type of person that could unleash.
She does look like a cashier.
I've often felt like Jonah Hill is a fat guy with a skinny guy's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what she's got.
Yes.
She also doesn't look like the poster from the
Not that she's-
Firestarter.
Oh God, grown up, still has the power. Yeah, her eyes look intense.
Still has the
She looks
power.
scary.
Like in that photo right there, she could be starting a fire.
I feel bad. I'm not called. She's not necessarily fat. She has kind of a wide face.
No,
wide
yes.
face.
She looks
and
like a
small
Cabbage
face.
Patch doll.
Yes, exactly. It's
That's
the
a great
cheeks
way to describe it.
and the telekinesis.
She could be super thin.
She's adorable.
She
Either
set
way.
a barn on fire with George C. Scott in it.
just by thinking about it.
Hernando County deputies responded to a report of a physical disturbance at a home on Shafton Road in Spring Hill
Someone got shafted.
just before noon on Tuesday. This is an afternoon fight. A noon on a
A
Tuesday.
nooner, as we like to call it.
Noon.
Not on a Sunday.
Right.
You made a mom
people
move on noon?
When are
At
people
noon?
working?
Oh.
They say that, help me, BREAUNA, Bruna?
Brianna.
There's a U in here.
Brianna.
Brianna?
Brianna.
Brianna is a lovely barbarian name for a
Is
woman.
it
Brianna?
Nope. It's
Brianna.
Brianna.
It's
That's every single time she goes to any government office.
Brianna of the Hill,
Brianna? Nope. It's Brianna.
of the Hill people?
Yeah.
Her last name? Brianna Bolton, as of House Bolton.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Bolton.
This fits right in.
Brianna
Mom
Bolton.
making out with your boyfriend in fist fights.
Yeah,
She's in Westeros.
Literally, this has become a Game of Thrones.
Yep.
That would be great to do a modern day Game of Thrones, just all
Florida.
shit happening in Florida.
No dragons, just giant alligators.
Yep.
No kingdoms, just big yards.
Yep. 19 years old, Brianna told him she saw her mother sitting on her ex-boyfriend's lap, kissing him.
All right, so she's 36.
Which
the mom's got to be 36, 37.
She's 19.
She's 19 and her
And the mom's got to be 36, 37.
I would also say that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
If your mom is on your ex-boyfriend's lap kissing.
Mm-hmm.
Bolton told deputies she started to cry when she saw them together.
That's rough.
Then her ex-boyfriend stood up from the chair, and Bolton told deputies she pushed him over the chair and punched him in the back of the head.
Now, when
That
he stood up, did the
logistically
mom
doesn't work.
fall off?
Yes.
That would have been funny.
Yes.
Stood up with her not being ready and she falls
If
off.
you get caught in that situation, do you make a Santa Claus? I was just
I
giving
had
her
the
what she
same
wanted
thought.
for Christmas.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you make that joke just to try to break the tension?
Did he hurt himself trying to slap something like white and red onto his head?
This is
To try to pass.
This is the part that makes this perfect for the county. Usually, I don't like domestic stuff, but a
do I.
single punch is okay, especially if it's so weird as this.
Girl on guy.
It does seem
Fine.
That's sexist of me, I guess.
It's not fine.
But here's what makes this fine. Ready? Deputies interviewed Bolton's mother and ex-boyfriend, who said they were sitting in the mother's bedroom, hugging and kissing each other, which is them. I just imagine them defiantly like, hell yeah!
Yeah. What's she going to do
Kissing?
about it?
Hugging and kissing.
She didn't want him.
She's my ex.
She didn't want him.
Yeah. Everybody's fair game.
When Bolton saw them through an open window,
Oh, my God.
they say Bolton was yelling at them, then entered the room through the window.
Oh.
She's outside.
Whose joke was that?
Hey!
Was that Stephen Wright's
Stephen
joke?
Wright's joke.
I was a cesarean
C-section.
baby.
Which didn't affect me at all, except now every time I leave
the house, I go through the window.
Yes.
Phenomenal joke.
Imagine the woman you've seen yelling at them through a window, and they didn't get up. They stayed where they were while she...
What's she going to do? What's she going to do? Climb through the window? Yeah, she is.
And she might be like phenomenally fast. Those
Right.
people that are just they have a quickness that belies their size. like Bo Jackson.
Like in movies.
She just came through that
Yeah.
window.
She just came through the window with all the, like, she started a fire at a barn in George C. Scott.
Look, this is an argument more than anything for screens.
Come through
You need
this
screen.
window.
I'm sitting on the bed and kissing your mom.
Inside and beating my ass over this chair. Wait, my question is...
You have to have. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, chair in the bedroom tells me they have a lot of space.
Yes.
It's not just the
Also,
bed.
Bolton. When a man loves your mother. I know he didn't originally sing it, Percy Sledge, but he had a great cover.
Yeah, he took it. He made it his own.
Yeah, he did.
And I still remember an ad when I was with my dad, and it was like, "When a man loves a pizza." I remember that. And my dad was like, "They won't leave anything good alone, will they?"
And
It's
you're
like,
like,
a great dad thing to say about fucking ads.
And there's a moment in there where you're like, is he talking about the song or pizza?
Or pizza.
What is
You
he
mad
talking
about?
about?
Are they
They're not
defiling
leaving-
pizza?
Wait, are
What
you-
is that song?
Dad, why did you like that
Who
song
cares
so
about
much?
that song? It's all slow and dumb. This isn't Men at Work.
Also, there are times when you do love a pizza that much.
Hell yeah. What are you
Hell.
saying? They're not leaving
I'd
good
say
Jason,
80% of the time. For
They're
me.
not leaving pizza
I
commercials.
said
No.
I've said
Jason,
this
we're not
before
doing this.
on this show.
You've never said it on this show.
I've never said it on Dumb People
Okay,
Town.
then you could say it.
I can tell Braunger. I was at a party.
Oh my God.
I was at a kid's birthday
He's a fan.
party.
He's probably heard this story 10 times.
There was delicious pizza on a stone slab. I was
No,
like,
they did put it on a stone slab.
I said, what is this amazing artisanal pizza? I have to ask the hostess of this party. I went over. I said, did you make this or from what gourmet
I need to
pizza
know.
shop with an E on the end of it did you
Where in
buy
Larchmont Village did you
Where
overpay
did you
for this
obtain
pizza?
this? And what man in a curly mustache delivered it to you
in a chef's hat.
from a wood fire oven? She said Domino's. Said it's Domino's. In that moment, I was forced to reevaluate my attitude towards
They got you.
Domino's
when a
is
child is a child. Like there was a moment where I was
child is a child.
I was like, maybe it's conception. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. That's how good that goddamn pizza was.
What was on it?
It was just a cheese pizza, but it had these spices, this like weird kind of garlic powdery spice on it that I couldn't place. And I was like, here we are in a moment.
I don't
where
know
I'm
if
like,
you guys have like an exclusivity with Burger King that you couldn't do it, but the fact that if they don't hire the two of you to
we're
sit
from
there,
Michigan, but I don't know if I can hang with their
you're
politics.
from St. Louis, you live in Michigan.
Can't hang with their politics. I can't hang with it.
I'm earnestly telling this story to camera while Randy sits next to you and shakes his head would be the best commercial
ever.
We could do it together. I'm doing a new hour this year at some point, new album, new special. I have a 10-minute bit about taking mushrooms on the 4th of July that has a part where I use the pizza tracker, the Domino's, and I stared at it for a good 20 minutes before I realized I never ordered a pizza. Like, why isn't it moving?
You're just tracking other people's
Even
pizza.
the little guy next to the oven is like shrugging and looking around. Shrugging. He'll do that if you wait too long.
Yeah. It's like, what's up, bro?
What's that?
What's up?
I got the oven right here, man.
All you got to do
Right
is,
here.
All you got to do is
Stand
ask for it.
Yeah.
I just picture you leaning into
Do you
the
want mushrooms
computer
for this,
being
or
like,
you already had enough?
make it.
I said pizza out loud.
Start making
cheese. There's that thing where you're trying to make your mouth work.
Yeah.
So anyway, but
Am I am I speaking out loud? Am I only hearing this?
We have these moments in our lives that like you're dealing with like heavy crap or whatever. I would say just measure it next to that guy on a chair with your ex-girlfriend's mother on your lap.
Kissing her, thinking no one's going to get in between this.
Seeing a face in the window.
Right. Face in the window. Enough to scare you.
That isn't... Oh, no. Hi, babe. You son of a... And coming through
the window.
like a spider monkey at you. Like, just imagine the sinking feeling in him.
By the way, there were so many moments for him to stop. Yes. This is a guy who's like, I'm going to do this no matter what.
I mean...
He kind of gets what he deserves a little bit. It's like... At least stop. You have to understand that this is the woman's mother.
Yes.
You got to stop.
They have to live like scenes from like a crappy version of Falcon Crest or some kind of soap opera.
Knots Landing.
Like, people stop by and be like, I noticed your screen door was open. Get out of here. You broke my daughter's heart. What do you mean? You won't give me a glass of lemonade?
That's right.
I guess one glass of lemonade wouldn't hurt.
Right.
You know, like it's the thing. They both know what's going to happen.
We all
You're gonna drink that all day. Although you just reminded me, one of my first crushes, Joan Van Ark, Knots Landing.
Oh yeah.
She was
The
beautiful.
woman has
Did
an
you guys
eye
connect
patch.
over the van?
Yes. Bolton told deputies she and her boyfriend had dated for how long?
Ooh, this
now,
is a good
I'm going to
question.
read the rest of it, and then I'll let you come back to it. They had just broken up 3 weeks ago. She became very upset when she saw them. Guys, how long? This is jumping through a window.
I don't even know if we have a jingle for this, but
That's
long?
okay. How long
were
had they
dating?
together?
I'm going to say it's going to be a ridiculously short amount of time.
Okay.
This seems like an overly possessive, inappropriately possessive person.
That he instantly was hooked onto the mom and ended with her quickly.
2 months.
2 months from Jason Sklar.
They had just broken up
Matthew
3 weeks
Braunger.
ago.
Okay. 2 months.
Are you a Matthew or are you just a Matt?
I'm Matthew, yeah.
Okay.
Under Christ, yes.
Gotcha.
416.
Let's see. I'm gonna say they made it a whole year.
Okay.
I'm going to say that if you asked him, they never were dating.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like, they
that's
were
a
never...
good- and they totally were.
And they
He's
totally
so
were.
full of it.
Like, we
she
weren't-
had a toothbrush
What?
in his
We
house.
weren't dating?
I don't
He
like
was
labels.
I
taking
told her
numbers
to
the
take
whole
it away.
time. Yes.
He was taking numbers the whole time.
I told
Yeah.
her to take that thing away.
I don't like
Anytime
labels.
she talked about where are we, what are we doing?
Why do we have to
he
define
would just
everything?
be exactly. Like, would you
What did I
stop?
say?
You're making me. I'm going through so much at my job at the tire store.
Let's just have fun.
The tire store.
Let's just have fun.
Let's
have fun
not
with it.
label it.
Let's just have fun with it.
Pet boys will be pet boys.
You may be right because I'm talking to Randy for the listener at home. You may be right because the quote comes from her. So I only have the information going. However,
her side of it.
she told deputies that she and her ex-boyfriend had dated for 1.5 years.
Braunger. Nice.
Braunger.
So when she was 15, does it say how? No, she's 19.
19.
No, she was 17.
He might be 19 too. I don't know. I'm guessing he's 34, but
Yeah.
he could be.
Feels like he's
I'm guessing he's older than the mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's possible.
it makes more sense.
It's age appropriate.
Brianna, get back here.
It's Brianna.
Brianna.
Nope, it's Brianna.
He's arguing that I get drunk a lot. Of course I mix you two up.
Get out of the probe. Get out of the probe.
It's Brianna.
No one said your name.
Oh,
Nissan, was that who made the probe?
Yeah, that would have been it.
Nissan Rogue.
Probe.
Nissan Juke.
It's pronounced Bruna.
Bruna?
Just Bruna.
Deputies say Bolton's ex-boyfriend suffered minor injuries to his arm and the back of his head was red from being punched, which means it's shaved.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bolton was arrested on a charge of domestic battery and booked into the Hernando County Jail.
But look,
That's it.
they're bumped red on the back of his head. That's not enough to book someone into jail.
There's something funny about someone getting punched in the back of the head by a girl.
Especially if they've been knocked over in a chair. Logistically, he would have to turn as he
But
falls.
to get away.
I'm saying there is so much time when a person is coming through a window.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
To say
She
to
yelled
get
at
up
them
and move,
first.
to be like, well, I'm gonna stop. To just be in a situation. This guy definitely did not think he was gonna be punched. She knocked him over the chair, knocked him out, and then when he was face down, she punched him in the back.
Part of me
Yeah,
really hopes
she moved into the ground and pound. That's what she obviously does UFC.
Yeah.
She's like, let's let
Part of me
it
hopes
Sat
it
on
goes
his back
the
and
other
punched
way.
the back of his head.
Punch back of his head
And
until they called it.
She's got a great ground game.
She dumped him. I hope it goes the other way around.
And you know what I think it is? I think Mom was wearing her favorite frilly sundress, which, come on, is see through the whole
What are you
neighborhood
supposed
knows
to do?
it.
We know it.
It's not called a sundress. It's not supposed to be called because it makes the sun go through and show your finger.
What is that, a nightgown?
What happened was, they got into it a little bit.
Sure.
And there's a technique. If you have ever studied protest techniques, which is something all of us need to now, of course, is when the police is like, please disperse, you go limp.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to move you. That's
right.
So what Mom did was
Boneless.
just clench onto him and just put her weight into him where he's trapped.
So you think
he's trapped? I think the mom was like, he's mine and you're not going anywhere.
You
Get
broke
away.
up with him.
And she thought with the force of her motherhood, she could keep her daughter up.
Nope.
No. He gets away just in time to get knocked over a chair.
And
I just
down.
think through the window is really
My favorite.
That's
literally,
incredible.
if we could see one moment, it would be the moment she started yelling at them from outside, and the time that they didn't move while she climbed through a window.
It's really amazing.
I think
Like,
you're
she's getting more and more mad when she's like, I can't believe
and they didn't even get up because he's knocked over in the chair.
Yeah.
They didn't even get
didn't even
up.
get up. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gonna stop this?
Those moments where you sense you're in danger and you should just run. Don't tell yourself you're crazy. You
Maybe
know
he doesn't-
something bad's going to
maybe he
happen. Get
doesn't-
out of there.
Maybe he doesn't have a fight or flight
neither one.
inside of him.
Yeah.
Like
The
he hasn't
heart
either.
wants what the heart wants. You can't deny this
Yeah,
dude.
it's true.
That's what he wants.
He's only going to want the mom even more. All right, that's segment 2, down in the books.
Oh, my God.
Dumb People Town. We're living in it, guys. It exists all around us. Enjoy it. Engage with it. We'll be back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Thanks for joining us for this show. Everyone who's jumped on, if you haven't heard the earlier shows, go back and listen to those. Rate them and review them. We love it. We've got one final segment, and then we have a voicemail. Hollywood's been under attack. We know that.
The elites in Hollywood. Which, by the way, I was listening to people describing, the NFL describing players from the draft. He's an elite wide receiver. Do you want someone who's, elite people should be in certain positions?
Sure.
Who do you want? Somebody who can't handle G-force to be, flying to Mars? No. You need an elite human being to do stuff.
Yeah, this isn't Armageddon.
When did this
The
become?
movie.
You know what I'm saying?
When did that become a bad
When did that
thing?
become a bad thing? I cannot believe that the rules got changed.
Well,
That's just dumb people being really smart.
The dynamic has always been we love an outsider. We like someone that's, it's nobody likes someone that's corrupted by the system they're in. Sure.
totally.
But it's you don't need an outsider every time. You want an expert.
Let's
get the best.
Too elite. Too elite.
Yeah, too elite.
So who is it?
We've got Johnny Depp has left a voicemail for us.
He is pretty elite, though.
He's kind of,
As far as acting goes,
it's annoyingly
anyone who's addicted to that many scarves.
Yeah.
that
Braunger.
and just the
go ahead.
fact that he just completely, in many ways, almost erased the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Not from my heart.
oh, really? You thought the remake was better?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm joking. Braunger, I wanted to ask you before we get into the last story.
Yeah.
How far in the process of your ceremony and your wedding are you in? Where are you doing it? What part of the country?
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it in Portland in the fall. We got the guest list more or less locked. Small wedding.
Yeah.
We're gonna be on CISO.
We're gonna do. Yeah. It's still up in the air. They're negotiating.
Could be a Netflix. Netflix might acquire your wedding.
Yeah,
That's great.
She's gonna get drunk and punch me in the mouth, and that's what they're counting on.
That's right.
So
Thank God you'll be sitting in a chair to receive them.
Exactly right.
Kissing
Taking
her
off
mom.
the garter with my teeth and
kissing
getting
her mom. Right.
Kissing her mom. We're just gonna do Portland, City Hall. We have a family friend who's a judge, so he's gonna that I grew up with, and then the next day we'll do reception, and then people just go to reception. So no church, none of that jazz. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Fantastic. No jazz either.
Oh, no jazz.
You say none of that jazz.
Some jazz.
So there'll be
let's say strictly smooth jazz.
None of that jazz.
None of that jazz.
None of all the jazz that we know.
Yeah.
No Miles Davis. No Coltrane.
No
kind of
big
more,
Fosse numbers. I know
Okay.
people need to memorize Fosse numbers in their wedding.
Just Kenny G, like a lot of Kenny G. Just a little bit of soft.
None of this jazz.
A little bit of like late 80s Sanborn. All right, fine.
A guy blowing into a saxophone, eyes tightly closed with a kind of a smirking look of I'm having way too much fun right now playing.
Can you believe this?
You know,
Can you believe this is
Can you
happening
believe this
right
is
now?
happening?
Can you believe how hot it is? I'm sweating so much in a sleeveless shirt.
Thank you. We are Hot Sax.
Is the reception taking place at that carpeted bar you took me to?
No. Oh, God.
Carpeted bar?
No, the Sandy Hut, a.k.a. the Handy Slut.
Yeah.
We're not doing
Braunger
that.
took me into a carpeted bar. We watched Michael Sam get drafted. It was a beautiful day.
That was great. It was right up the street from the hotel.
Yeah, it was like after your barbecue. Yeah.
Yeah,
Carpeted bar.
and
I'll always take
they
a
had
carpeted bar.
one of the best. They have one of the best dive bar themes. Carl Hess and I wouldn't stop laughing the time we went, and it was just it's Gentleman's Day.
What?
Is that a day?
Of course it is. There's nothing but single sad men getting drunk in the afternoon.
Gentleman's Day.
But you know why? It's not because their lives are sad.
No, it's because they're
It's
gentlemen.
Gentleman's Day.
They're taking advantage of.
It's that thing where it's like it's
We're
so
men of
sad
class.
and so aware of its own sadness.
Gentleman's Day.
Yeah.
Gentleman's Day.
We even have a place you put your monocles and top hats, gentlemen, right
Yes.
over here.
When you're having your boozy breakfast.
Yes.
Do you,
Gentleman's Day.
So did you have a hand in planning a lot of the wedding or no? Did decisions come your way?
No, totally.
Okay, good.
I mean, she had certain things she wanted and stuff, but you know,
You're like, whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
I love it.
Nice.
It's a headache, sure, but it's
great.
It's whatever.
I'm happy for you.
Rand,
This is
where
like
did
an
you get married?
Got married out here in L.A. This is now so long ago. I got married out
Before it was called LA.
Yeah. It was before it was
Oh,
called.
okay, cool.
They called it Hollywood Land. No, I got married in 2001, way out by the ocean there, over at the Bel Air Bay Club, which is just a place we rented out.
Nice.
Super nice, overlooking the ocean.
Where'd you get married, Jay?
Santa Barbara.
Oh.
Santa Barbara.
Nice.
All right.
Near the ocean, too. It's nice. You're in California. Why wouldn't you do that if you stay in California for
I
it?
get out by the ocean or drive up like Highway 1, which I know you've done that before. Have you?
Yeah, I'm doing it again this year. I'm doing it
Holy
next
crap.
month.
That's the moments where you say to yourself, yeah, I understand why people have this mystical
Oh my God.
connection to this place.
Until you do, no one can really explain it to you.
No.
until you've done it.
It is a
Big Sur is
worthwhile.
insane.
That drive.
Yeah,
just like, oh,
I did it last year, and I'm renting another mini RV, and I'm doing it again.
Mountains on one side, like 1,000-foot drop to the ocean on the other side.
1,000. It's not an exaggeration.
It
you
is
are
1,000-foot
yeah.
drop down the other
You're
side. Maybe
Aerosmithing it.
500 feet down to the other side. Truly, just everything about it. You loved doing it. I don't know. I love it.
Have you ever been to any weddings where someone's done something hilarious that works? Because sometimes it doesn't work.
I've only seen hilarious things go miss horribly.
Dave Lyons, who does yacht rock radio, he did this at the altar, this really moving thing, just like these vows about like every time I come home and I see your car, I get happy. It was like this really sweet. I was like tearing up to see my friend so happy. And then Michelle's like, right then, sexy sax man runs down the aisle, just blaring his sax, which is billowing purple smoke, cutting her vows off, standing at the altar, just sag solo, humping the air with his sax, no shirt, and then runs away. And then she just went right into her vows. So I went from crying to laughing so hard I was crying.
Perfect.
No way.
But
That's
then
awesome.
it cut her
Genius.
off is great.
Yeah, well, she planned it.
Oh, that's
no one knew but her and his dad.
Hilarious.
Nobody knew.
God bless her.
Not the
that's
justice
great.
the peace, nothing. So
That
it was
wasn't
like,
a crashing person. That was a setup moment.
that was perfectly planned.
We were
and to double up.
No, go.
Dave is a location manager, and he's worked with like Terrence Malick and all the Tom Cruise and all these people. And he was working on a Christian Bale movie, and they'd kind of had a little friendship going. And he's like, I'm getting married, and Chris is like, oh, mate, you right? Oh, all right. He's like, what are you getting married? And he's like, Saturday. He's like, you should come and object. And he's like, what time is it? What time's the wedding? And he's like, is there a thing? He's like, I'm doing he's doing some charity thing. He was going to show up in a suit
and object.
And like, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. Why?
How amazing would that be?
Anybody here?
Because it's like, I object. He's like, who's the asshole?
By the way,
what
that moment to me feels like that gives too much power to the people.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, people don't use it, but it's out there. What if you don't object? You don't think this is a good union?
That's a weird feeling.
It opens it up in a way that I don't think.
But then you don't have to honor it. They're not saying you have to honor it.
Yes, you do.
Or it's binding?
If it's an objection,
you could just
fucking leave
you
it.
could just throw a monkey wrench right in someone's relationship.
Cousin Dennis doesn't think we should be doing this.
It's over. I don't like her.
Shut it down. Hors d'oeuvres back. Go back to the kitchen.
Everybody who just had an hors d'oeuvre, spit it back up.
Cousin Dennis says
Get those caps out. Get those mushroom caps out. We're done.
We're done.
I want my deposit back in the back of the room. You're not getting it.
Who had some satay? Bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back up.
All right, you want to do a final story?
Let's do it.
Sent in by Stage Dad at Milaeger.
Mileager.
Yeah?
Mileager.
Milaeger?
Yeah.
05. Thanks, Stage Dad. Charlotte County. This is fitting. I didn't even think about
North
this.
Carolina?
Scouts honor. I did not think
Is this
about
North
this.
Carolina, I'm assuming?
It was supposed to be the best day of their life.
Oh.
Should be lives, but that's okay.
Their life
The
together.
best day of their life. Sure. Instead, their maid of honor got arrested and is facing several charges from a wedding day gone wrong. The Charlotte County ceremony has been described as beautiful. But when the reception kicked off, the maid of honor, Amanda Willis, hit the bottle hard and almost hit the best man with his own car.
What?
Yeah.
How is the car coming into
This
play?
wedding has derailed.
Yeah. Wow.
The wedding pictures tell a story of a content couple, Brian and Jennifer Butler. They had their cake and their first dance
And ate it, too.
while Willis started drinking. In my mind, there are wedding photos of them dancing and everybody standing around and her just with a bottle of Jameson.
Look, this is the movie Katherine Heigl wanted to make.
That's right.
This is the one she should make.
27 dresses. This
There's
is what it
27
should have
messes.
been. 27 messes. Here's one of them.
There's two weird stages where she's holding her own bottle of Jack and everyone's laughing.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later when it's half empty and no one's laughing.
No one's laughing.
Oh my God. Everyone keeps her close friends keep running up very close. Stop it. Give me that.
There's a
Stop. It's the
60-something-year-old woman holding another equally aged man's arm in the background as he's trying to...
Yeah.
Oh. Don.
I'm going
to talk to her.
All these people are reaching out at her, and she's holding the bottle away
They're
from her.
trying. 3 different people are trying to bring her coffee.
Spit coming out of her mouth.
Yeah,
and she's
one
yelling.
shoe.
Hey, you need to come to the bathroom right now. Nah.
You need to go to the bathroom right now.
Her mother speaking in clipped, scary sense. Stop it.
I just peed.
Come on.
Yes, very clipped.
Oh.
So quick.
Very clipped. I need you to stop what you are doing right now.
Teeth are not open. You will
Amanda Willis.
Right now. I've talked that way to my kids. Right now.
Somebody's saying, what's wrong with Aunt Mandy?
And just throws the half full handle bottle of Jack.
By the way,
that just basically sloughs half the cake in half. Like it hits the cake and just frep. Just this cake just
Check. Yes. And
This is going to happen at your wedding.
completely quiet when that happens.
Who of your friends will do this at the
clearly
wedding?
hear the cake.
Canane, obviously. Canane.
Canane is gonna
will
throw
halve
some
my
shit.
cake.
Yes.
With
Just
a box of natural light that he brought.
We're not
Yeah.
supposed to bring
Sideways.
swords.
Hey, man, no, we have beer. You don't have to bring your
Thought we
own
were doing
beer,
a marine
Kyle.
deal here, Braunger.
Bring him on.
I ordered a pizza. You all right with that?
I thought we were doing a marine deal. I brought a sword.
cake is this? Meatball?
That would
No,
be a
Kyle.
great cake.
Meatball cake?
Meatball and vanilla frosting.
Oh my God, you have
I
to
know
do
you said
that.
Jack Daniels, but quote, this is from guest Robert Templeton, not what she was drinking. Quote, she was a mess. She drank almost an entire bottle of
Vodka.
Fireball.
Whoa. This is a
That is
woman who does not
garbage
mess
liquor.
around.
A woman who doesn't give a shit about her throat.
This is a woman who thinks wild turkey is too nice.
That is a liquor that has been recalled for having a chemical in it.
Yep.
that is akin to
Lighter fluid?
What do you call it?
Battery acid.
Battery acid.
Yes.
And defrost.
Four Loco would have been
Antifreeze.
safer.
Antifreeze.
Yeah.
This is a girl who also still loves Everclear.
Oh yeah.
Like tons of
the
Everclear.
band and the drink.
What is a Long Island if you don't have a floater of Everclear on the top, making it a nuclear tea?
Did you drink Everclear in high school or anything?
We drank it in
College.
Yeah, we were doing
Jungle
it in high
juice.
school.
You pour it into a giant trash can, put so much Kool-Aid in it, and mask the flavor
And just get,
completely, and just get wrecked.
Wrecked.
For no reason.
I will also tell everybody because I love Jack Daniels, but it's also true. So
just call it Drunk Daniels.
Yes, it should be. Fireball whiskey is the lowest.
I love Drunk Daniels.
Fireball whiskey is a very low form of whiskey that they add food coloring to, and then the cinnamon flavor to mask, which is why if you drink a shot or more than a couple shots, you will feel horrible the next day.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels, if you ever do like cinnamon, I will tell you, Jack Daniels Fire Whiskey is 100% Jack Daniels through and through. Then they put cinnamon flavor in, so you will not be nearly as
Good to know.
Wait, are you trying to get a sponsorship deal with Jack
I have
Daniels
one
right
actually.
now? Oh my God, I did not know that.
Yeah, I've moved
No,
up.
but yeah.
So no one is telling you to stop.
Fair point.
But a wedding
the
is
Fireball
difficult.
bottles, a lot of them are plastic, which on the go
very
alcoholic
helpful.
like myself, I like to drop my bottles.
Very
Or
nice.
let's just say I do. I drop my bottle sometimes.
You are gonna drop.
Braunger.
You lose
We're
your motor
dropping
skills.
bottles tonight, man.
That's not how the saying goes.
No, we're
Stop.
dropping bottles.
We're dropping just shattering a champagne.
Boom, boom, boom. Look,
okay, so-
but my question is, how does she get access to a full bottle of Fireball?
That's a good question.
How?
Yes.
How does she
How
get
does
around?
that
She
happen?
flirts with the bartender.
Is that it?
Like, give me this. I'm gonna did it for the bride.
Quote from Jennifer Butler, the wife.
I'm gonna did it for the.
Play
Give
some,
me a bottle back there. I'm gonna did it for the bride.
And
Okay.
she requested. She said she wanted the cinnamon one.
Yeah, cinnamon one.
Give me some of the water.
Jennifer Butler said, quote, she was drunk within 20 minutes to half an hour.
Of course.
That's impressive.
Willis started asking people for their keys. Who's got keys around here? Because she does not have her own car.
going home.
Who has their own keys around here? She just went up.
everyone.
This is Templeton, the guest, Robert. She just went up to the best man and grabbed his keys out of his pockets, then jumped in his car. That is not how fast it happens.
No.
Someone let this play out.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like going through a window.
Right.
You a lot of
mentioned-
things have to happen.
You mentioned soak up the night. This is what she wanted to do.
She needed to
hit that
condom.
drunk level.
But in order to soak up the night, she would have had to have eaten the entire cake.
Right.
All of it.
Sure she wanted to.
There's no good starchy, trans fat laden food you need when you're that
A
hammered.
wedding cake.
There's no Jack in the Box served at that
No.
wedding. She needed her Jack in the Box.
That's right.
She needed
Guys,
all
I
of
was at a wedding this summer. It was in downtown. Super swanky wedding. Yes. We were like, 80 floors, whatever, one of those, like US Bank building, whatever those. Gorgeous. They had like musicians for the cocktail hour. And then I identified one of the bartenders as being the one guy there who could really make a drink. And everything was top shelf.
All right.
So I
How
go,
did you identify that?
because I'm watching these other guys bartend and they're like, what's in that? And just with other people. But this guy was a machine. So I waited longer for him. I go, I want 2 down Julio Reposado margaritas on the rocks, no salt. This guy is making the best drinks and I'm pounding these things.
Double fisting.
Then they start walking around with champagne. We start drinking those.
Yeah.
Then we get into our area, right?
You haven't even sat down to eat yet.
No, I've got 2 drinks. The groom comes in and I go, "Hey man," because I'm lit already.
Yes.
I'm like, "Got you one of these. Was waiting for you." He's like, "Thanks so much." We're drinking with him. Then we get into the reception. We sit down, and I go, "Let's go find our guy." And there's 2 bars on either end of this room. Okay, I go, let's go find our guy because he's not at the bar by us, and we are tucked way in the back, which I found.
Yeah, no, you're the guys that are like, let them get drunk.
My group
but-
of friends, the first class holes, every single wedding were
in
always in the back corner.
way
Kyle
in the
Kissick's
back.
wedding, there was a Christmas wedding. They had 25 Christmas trees, and his mother-in-law came up to us the day of the wedding. He's like, "I had a nightmare last night that all of you guys got drunk and pissed in these trees." And I go, "You should not have given us that idea."
that is a great idea.
'Cause it's
So,
happening.
back at the summer wedding,
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
my buddy and I we're like, let's go to the other bar. We cross the empty dance floor. Nothing's happened yet. The wedding party's not even there. We get over there. Bartender, not there. Another bar. I go, well, where's the guy we had? And then I see him up to the side. And he goes, oh, did you need something? I go, yeah, I thought you were bartender. He's like, I'm the manager. And I go, oh, okay. Well, I think his name was Jorge. I go, Jorge, here, I just wanted to give you $40 and say, we appreciate all you're doing if you just take care of us for the night. He goes, what do you want? And I told him same order. He goes, I got you. At this point, the wedding party starts getting brought in. And now we're stuck on the other side. And my buddy says to me, I got some edibles if you want one.
Oh, no.
And I go,
Yeah, why not?
Here it comes.
hell yeah.
Here we go.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah,
So he goes, just have half of one of these. And I go, I'm in. So I take half of it, and then we're waiting there, and they bring in all the wedding party, and then they're about to announce the bride and groom, and the power goes out.
Only after you eat the edible.
Right. And so now people are like, oh, but they want to like clap to bring them in, but they are not. The bride is like, I am not walking on until they're playing the song that and then everybody's cheering them in. She refuses. We go out into the waiting area to be like, let's go see how we walk out. There is an ice storm happening with the bride and groom because she is so upset. So we go back in.
It's her day.
We walk across the dance floor to
But on
many.
your wedding, it's going to be your day.
Yes.
Just
good.
mine.
That's
to
fine.
many cheers, and then we sit down with our drinks. The moment we sit down, Jorge comes around with another round of margaritas.
Oh,
Right.
God bless you.
Then we have every table has their own waiter, and he's like, "Where'd you guys get these margaritas?" We're like, "Oh man, I don't know. Jorge's taking care of it." She's like, "That's dope." And I go, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" He goes, "What?" I go, "You want an edible?" And he's like, "Sure."
Jorge?
then, no,
To
just
the
our
waiter.
Yes. So now we're getting our waiter high with us. And then like everybody at our table starts taking the stuff.
Oh, God.
About an hour later, I am in the middle. This is how it still lives in my memory. To the greatest wedding DJ of all time. He was taking like Seeger songs and Steely Dan and mashing them up with like current beats.
Yes.
Just like a beat under
Yes, he
it.
should've.
Which got the young people out there and everybody's aunt and uncle out there.
Fun.
At one point, I start dancing with they're doing like a circle dance around the bride and groom, but it's like a fun, fast paced, like Michael Jackson stuff.
Okay.
And I got it in my
non-Jewish
head. You know what these two need right now?
Oh, God.
Me.
No.
They need me out there dancing with them. And so I jump in and for an entire song, just dance with the groom. And then
Are you holding each other's hands and spinning in a circle?
yeah, all of it.
All of
My
it.
date goes, the bride is so pissed off at you right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And then, yeah.
Not
and then
something you wanna hear.
I just keep dancing. About 11 o'clock, I'm like, the only thing I want to do right now is leave. I left that wedding before 10 o'clock at night, but it was one of the best that I've ever. I don't know if
so
that
awesome.
DJ is as good as I remember.
Do you know how you got Probably home? not.
Yeah, I walked. It was when I was living downtown.
Oh, my God.
It was wonderful.
That's
great.
Phenomenal. So what
I'm
happens?
just saying, maybe your wedding, edibles to past edibles.
No.
So she jumps in. Wait. So
Okay,
she jumps
sorry.
in the car and.
Yeah, I derailed all.
No, I love it.
That was a great
Jeez, I
story.
want to be in that night with you.
She was a mess. She drank all the Fireball. Oh, she ran up to the best man. This is another thing too. If he's the best man, when you're wearing a tux at a wedding, do you ever have your keys on you?
No. Should have been valet parked.
I'm lucky if I remember to bring my ID in case I get asked for it by
Well,
the wedding bartender.
If she grabbed my watch chain, I occasionally have my
fair enough.
You're off your waistcoat.
To credit, the best man was working as the janitor there too, so he had a
so he had
ring
a
of
whole
keys.
ring of so many keys.
A lot
She
of
just took the
jangling.
whole ring
A lot
off.
of jangling.
Yeah.
She runs. She jumps in his car. Willis backed out and almost hit the best man, Brian's brother, the brother of the groom.
Oh, my God.
He grabbed onto the car and held on. She
Bad idea.
doing?
How drunk is he?
Yes.
I think he's in the window because she said,
This isn't like a bull or a cat.
or this is Templeton, the guest. He said she took off. His feet were dragging across the ground. Am I the only person picturing gravel?
Yeah.
He had to hit the e-brake. So he must have been half in the window, half out as
he
she's
pulls the
driving
brake.
around.
God.
A guy in a tux hanging out with a bridesmaid crying, right? We're all picturing crying.
Oh, everyone's crying. Screaming.
And I think we can agree that man is at least probably half in the bag.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's
he's
true.
drunk. Oh, he's
but he's
drunk.
sober enough to be
gonna
like,
drive.
no one's driving.
He's sober enough to be like, no one's driving, and drunk enough to be like, I'm gonna hold on to this car, reach in, and
yank
just get
it.
the brake.
He's trying to Indiana Jones this
Yes.
shit.
No,
No,
just
this is a scene from Point
full
Break.
on liquid, just full of liquid courage.
This is
full
Point Break. Courage. He's like, I can stop this car.
I can stop
and
this
I know
car.
exactly how to
stop
do anything.
And he's like, I know a lever that's in every car that stops a car. You might not know about it. It's called an emergency brake.
all know
or
about
an
it.
E-brake.
E-brake.
To gearheads like me.
Yes.
Thank God it was a thing
E-brake.
that you pull up.
Yeah.
And not a
like,
pedal.
on the floor.
Yeah. Push.
No
Because
way
you
you can do
reach
that.
down. And she's like, you son of a bitch.
A lot of that.
Son of a bitch.
Why?
Yes.
We know why she left?
Guests wrestled Willis out of the car. Should be the end of it right there, right, guys?
Yeah.
You've
Oh.
wrestled her out of the
Wrestled
car.
her out of the
No,
car.
it
It's the end of
can't
the-
stop there.
Quote, Jennifer Butler, the bride. She went back inside, grabbed a big bottle of Captain Morgan, and guzzled it just like this. Which I'm picturing the bride reenacting also drinking she grabbed a bottle of Captain Morgan and guzzled it just like this.
Put one foot up on something a little bit higher.
What bartender has been on break?
Whistled the Old Spice theme. Not the same product.
You're like, that's
but
not...
it kind of goes together.
Ready for the next sentence? Quote. Then they say...
A parrot landed on her shoulder. I'm sorry. No, stop.
She drank the whole bottle.
What if she had one fake leg? I'm just going to say that. Just by random. Sorry.
Amanda Willis then removed her fake leg.
That's where all the Captain Morgan's going, into her wooden stump.
Quote. Then they say she got violent. Then, not the attempted vehicular homicide.
Yeah.
No. As soon as I turned around, she came up and cracked me upside the face, Templeton said.
I don't think that's the term.
He said he swung back before he knew what was happening. That's his defense.
That's his saying. That's his, like, I didn't realize it was a woman.
Listen, he was Golden Gloves in high school. It's sense memory.
He knew for sure it was a woman.
He didn't see a dress.
He knew for sure it was a woman, and he's like, I'm going to punch this bitch out. And literally his thing afterwards, like, I have to adjust my story to be like, I didn't know what was coming at me, and I just swung. I just swung.
Clean hook to the body. Cut her right in the breast.
Jenna Templeton, quote.
We did body work on her? He didn't even go to the face. No. He was trying to wear
head body.
He ducked her straight right.
Jenna Templeton, quote, it was insane. Absolutely insane. Which is also what I hope they promised on the invitation to
it
this
was going to be insane, guys. Absolutely insane.
Deputy said Willis claimed to be having an asthma attack. That's what started it.
That's what did it.
And started, I think this is when they arrested her, and started shaking as if she were having a seizure. They took her to Bayfront Punta Gorda, where she exposed herself to deputies. What do you guys want?
This woman is
I'm sure we can come up with an arrangement.
I thought the Captain Morgan's was my inhaler.
She exposed herself to deputies, assaulted 2 medics, and kicked over her bedpan, according to the sheriff's office.
Was there anything in it?
Had to be.
Had to be.
Oh, it was full.
Full. Oof.
And not of
Robert Templeton, quote, she had to be her maid of honor, and it was a bad decision.
Yeah?
Yeah. While Willis was supposed to be the bride's best friend, Jennifer Butler said the two are no longer friends, believe it or not.
So.
What?
This arrest is Willis' 9th in Charlotte County. She faces charges of larceny, battery, grand theft of a motor vehicle, and violation of probation.
Grand Theft Auto.
When you go to pick your maid of honor or your best man, Matt Braunger,
check their priors. Check their priors.
Don't. I mean, look. Everybody deserves a second chance.
We've all had that person in our lives that's just faulty, and you're kind of like, but I know them. They have a good heart.
Don't give that person responsibility.
No,
let her be an usher.
No
let
way.
her be. Let her usher people.
You know, working out with the bartender every time she orders a drink after the first
water it the fuck down,
or just tell her, oh, we're just doing vodka tonics. It's just soda water and lime. She won't know.
She's not going to know. She is not gonna know.
Who wrestles her out of a car she tried to kill someone and then goes, go back into the bar.
The same people work at that airport. Yeah. It's the same thing.
Not my problem.
Charlotte or Orlando.
Yes.
The southern eastern seaboard is just like not.
Let the buck stop with you.
Was the bride one of those people that wants really elaborate bridesmaid dresses? So she's out there looking like psychopath little Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Just burying punches in
just like
faces.
tons of lattice work around her chest.
Yeah. Puffy dress.
And you know
really
there
hard
was
to get
one
around
drunk guy at that wedding goes, there goes my shop for the night.
Oh, man.
That was.
I saw her putting away. I was like, hey.
He'd been eyeballing her since the rehearsal.
I'm good here.
And it's that thing of a blackout drunk waking up the next day and being like,
What I
had a couple shots of Fireball and went to bed.
I know.
Why am I in the cell?
Why am I?
You know, the night before, Amanda said or Jennifer said to Amanda, and now tomorrow, like, just remember, it's
just
all
take it easy.
Right?
Please, you can drink. I'm not saying you can't drink. I'm not saying you can't drink.
I'm not saying you can't drink.
I'm not saying.
Are you saying I can't have anything?
No.
Are you saying I can't have anything?
No.
Because I'm gonna drink.
No.
You're saying I can't have anything?
Everyone knows
so
you're
it's
gonna
be a
drink.
completely dry wedding.
We're not ganging up on you, Amanda.
No alcohol at the wedding whatsoever.
You're drinking that beer you have right now very fast.
We're not ganging
I'll
up on you.
drink it fast if I want to drink it fast. No,
hey, it's not a dry wedding.
I didn't realize it was a dry wedding. Okay, no drinking tomorrow.
I know you.
So you're not going to drink?
I know you just watched
You're not
3
gonna
football
drink?
games at the bar. Please. Please
drink.
have this Gatorade. I left it right by your bedstand.
I'm gonna drink.
Just pay. Yes,
Please.
we know.
Water.
Everyone's gonna drink.
What
Just
about water?
pace yourself.
We're not ganging
Here's
up on
the
you.
only thing I ask.
Everybody's ganging up on me.
No one's ganging up on you.
Everybody is ganging
The
up
only
on
thing
me.
we ask is you just do it out of a glass. Don't
Yeah.
do it out
So
of a
it's
bottle.
not like you're gonna drink out of
So
a
you're
bottle,
saying
right?
don't drink.
No. You can,
We're not saying no
don't
one's
drink.
drinking.
No, we're
We're not
no
saying
one's
no
drinking.
one's
Sometimes I
drinking.
don't want to mess up a glass.
Ron,
I
explain
mean,
it to her.
even let me just say this. Even
the bridesmaid Ron.
Ron. No, her dad.
Rhonda.
Oh, yeah.
Ron, explain it to her.
even like with a few drinks in you, you're at a wedding, you're like,
Yeah, it's
you're
always
having fun.
having a good time.
Can you imagine, like, if someone was like, look, let me help one of your kids out and start a college fund.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
For what do you say, Ram? $100,000. But you have to chug this bottle of Captain Morgan's until you can't.
I would do it.
Oh, Jay.
Okay.
For my kids.
For your
But
kids.
yes.
But,
For you kids.
But like,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I mean,
I wouldn't be able
can't
to do
imagine.
it. I'd start throwing up.
You know,
as it was going
I
into
can
my
drink
mouth,
a lot.
I'd throw it up.
You know, I've slowed down, but I
Yeah.
can still, but it's like, no.
No, it takes a
like,
special
chugging.
I'll tell you, the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life was at St. Patrick's Day in the morning in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Oh, boy.
I watched a girl with like 3 dudes come in the morning. This is like 9 in the morning. People lined up to get into scorekeepers to drink.
Were you-
with
were
our
you
friends.
working?
No, I was
you were just there.
We were
Okay.
this back in college.
Got
and
it.
I was there
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day to start drinking,
Sure.
which was stupid.
Well.
But I watched a woman get a pitcher of beer, plastic pitcher, drink the entire pitcher of beer. To the cheers of her friends, she takes the pitcher and throws it over her head, and it hits another girl in the head as she walks in. Like
As she walks in.
she walks in like, "Hey, oh God!" It was. I watched the whole thing happen. I was like, "That is drinking that I will never be able to do."
No.
It's like, you know how you see people, you're like, that's money I'll never have. You look at that
Yeah.
person, you're like, that is just money I'll never have. That's
Yeah.
wealth that I'll never have. That's drinking I could never do.
No.
Woman chugging a whole thing of Captain Morgan, drinking it.
After the fireball.
After the fireball.
And then just Begbie's it. Begbie's the pitcher.
Throws the
Over
pitcher.
spotting.
Over it. Boom.
That's
Right in there.
I hope that girl walked in. I said I wasn't going to come, but I could. just right in the mouth. Like that,
The real annoying hurts too hard.
I cut my thumb open bartending with like chopping limes once, and the guy to drive me, like I needed stitches. He took me to like the urgent care, but the guy was like, "Oh man," and he's like an older bartender than me. He was like, "Once, man, I was doing flair, bartender flair, where you like flip a bottle around." He had like 8 shots in a shaker, one shaker slapped inside the other full ice. Shake, flipping it around, whoop. Out of his hands, it pinwheels across the room, staying together, right off a guy's teeth, right in the guy's mouth, bloodied his mouth. Like the guy's probably laughing,
sorry.
hit him right in the front teeth, and then this guy had to drive him to the hospital the whole time, going, "You son of a bitch, motherfucker." Guy's drunk with his friends and just catches a full shaker in the mouth that probably didn't break open.
No.
Full weight.
Hit
him in the mouth,
and then poured the
landed
8 shots.
unopened.
Then he poured it into
Another
4 glasses
bartender
at
still
once.
went and got it and
Yeah.
poured the kamikazes.
Lit him on fire and then served him up.
Speaking of drinking and being out of control, we got a voicemail from Johnny Depp. Let's hear what he has to say about this whole situation before we get out of here.
Hello, boys. Jonathan Christopher Depp here once again. Wanted to call you to address this nasty rumor about Johnny Depp being a part of the Hollywood elite and privileged, which is total caca poo-poo, if you ask me. Of course, I have powerful friends in Hollywood who direct blockbuster movies, like my good friend Tim Meadows, but that doesn't make me elite. Just because I have a jetpack that I use to fly over my chocolate farm and acres of marijuana, does that make me elite? I don't think so. I still eat toast, just like the rest of you, with my elephants. Does it make me elite to have 14 mansions across the world, including a private island that Marlon Brando gave to me? No, these are just things. I still watch Benny and June, just like the rest of you, with my giraffes. Does it make me elite to have a hoverboard that actually hovers? No. No, it doesn't. I don't even want to get into all the smuggling of the puppies in France, or the wrestling match with Liam Neeson and Coco Beware. I'm just still the same old-fashioned Captain Jack Sparrow, who can't get rid of his scissor hands. You savvy? So, boys, if you could please get that message to your audience, that'd be greatly appreciated. I have to go now. I'm getting a Spanish lesson from one of my robots. Bye, boys.
All right. Well, I knew that wasn't going to make much sense.
No, it never does.
It never does, but I guess it makes sense to him in the way that he does what he does.
It does. Daniel, thank you for the great stories and for co-hosting.
Thank you to all of our, again, just do it, hashtag Dumb People Town, and send the stories to at Daniel Van Kirk or at Sklar Brothers, or both of us. Matt Braunger.
This is awesome. Donger with Matt Braunger is coming to Feral Audio. Check it out. It'll be out.
The tour?
Enraged to be Married. Check it out. Go to mattbraunger.com, mattbraunger.com. See if I'm coming to your neck of the woods.
It's a great we'll show. See you guys in Chicago. Cannot wait to see all of our Dumb People.
Everybody go.
At Lincoln Hall.
Lincoln Hall, this Saturday night, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. show. Get tickets ahead of time because they may sell out.
Yep.
Right.
They will sell out.
You won't get to meet Uncle Ken.
That's right. I want to see Uncle Ken. Got a lot of drinking to do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are out, and we'll see you next week right here on Dumb People Town.
Dumb, dumb, dumb.